Terry Hopkins from the Optimist Club of Keswick. Constable Campbell, friendly face in the school. Mrs. Mary Townsley. Mr. Gerard Van Schafen from the Georgina Board of Trade. Mrs. Lennox from representing the University Women's Club. Mr. Brian McClellan, Sutton West and District Lions Club. Mr. Steve Pallett, who is here on behalf of the Egypt Hall Board and the South Lake Simcoe Naturalist Club. Mr. Mike Watt, representing District 11 of our Federation. Ms. Jeannie McMichael, who is representing the staff of SDHS on stage. Mr. Al Rosenberger from the Sutton Child Care Center. Mr. Steve Cross, Sutton Kinsman. Ms. Suzanne Best, the Keswick Lioness Club. Mrs. Colleen Griffin from the Royal Canadian Legion Auxiliary Branch 356. Mr. Doug Ritchie from the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 356. Mr. Sam Doggart from the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 556. Mrs. Mary Story representing the Pepperlaw Lioness Club. Mrs. Deborah Hare representing the York County Hospital Auxiliary and Georgina Craftorama Committee. Mr. and Mrs. Huntley here to present for the Karen Huntley Memorial. Ms. Donna Coburn will be operating our awards table tonight. Mr. Ken McAlpine, our Vice Principal. Mr. Joe Allen, who is the Superintendent of Program for the York Region Board of Education. Mrs. Dorothy Kane, our Trustee. Mr. Andy Melnick, our Principal. Mrs. Rhonda Bolson, our Vice Principal. Mr. John Charlton, former Vice Principal, now as Vice Principal at Vaughan Secondary School. Rochelle Smokam and Chris Saveston, who are co-presidents of the Students' Council. Mr. Larry O'Connor, our MPP, and Mayor Bob Johnston. Because I'd like the rest of the evening to really highlight our grads and award winners, I'll take a minute now to publicly thank all the custodians, secretaries, and cafeteria help who contributed to pulling together this evening. Fellow teachers for their involvement and financial contributions, Students' Council for sponsoring the reception. A special thank you to all who helped me out on the Commencement Committee, Mr. McPherson, Mrs. Grant, Ms. Hanson, Ms. Russell, Mrs. Trussler, Mrs. Meller, Ms. Schritt, Mrs. Obayashi, Mr. Denning, and Mr. McDonald. A special thank you to all of those people for putting this night together. Now let's turn our attention to the grads and award winners. I'd like to call upon Mr. Melnick to present his welcome address.
Thank you, Ms. McMillan. Honored guests, graduates, parents, teachers, and friends, good evening and welcome to our 1993 commencement exercises. It's so good to see all the former teachers and all the former students here tonight. I'm really glad you all came. This year we're continuing our tradition of holding these commencement exercises just before Game 6 of the World Series. Last year, immediately following our celebrations here, the Blue Jays went out and won Game 6 and the World Championship. So this year we expect them to do exactly the same thing in a few hours. The 1993 Sutton District High School graduating class consists of 224 young men and women, 169 from our regular program and 55 from our re-entry program. Once again, for the fourth year in a row, this is the largest graduating class in the history of Sutton High School. Another record. We're very proud of these accomplishments, and all of us should really be proud of them. It's very encouraging because it means we're doing something right. As you all know, in the past several years, schools in particular have been the object of an incredible amount of criticism for failing to meet the needs of today's and tomorrow's youth. The target has been a safe one for politicians in need of a platform and for other social reformers in need of an issue where blind agreement could be achieved without too much critical research. Schools don't fight back, and rarely are schools in position to respond vigorously. For one thing, we're dependent on the public support for our very existence, And for another, we don't have the resources required to adequately document our contributions in ways that would satisfy our critics. The only way we can fight back is to demonstrate success. And tonight, we have an impressive group of successful young people gathered here, our graduates. And they'll show anyone who cares to look that our efforts are making a difference. Congratulations to you. We believe that the programs we have in place are the ones that are needed. And in spite of the often difficult climate, these programs are being delivered by a group of dedicated, hardworking, effective experts, our teachers. I'd like to congratulate this group of professionals for their outstanding work. They make a difference in your life. I'd also like to congratulate and thank another group of people who are sometimes forgotten and perhaps take blame for things they don't have full control over. I'm talking about the parents and guardians of these people. Without your efforts, ladies and gentlemen, many of these graduates would not be here tonight. And even if they don't say so in so many words, I'm sure they all would like to thank you for your efforts over the last few years. And you deserve their congratulations and thanks as well. Finally, our graduates, way to go, you made it. Some of you made it in 4 years, some of you came back for a 5th. Many of you are still in school, whether it's here or in college or in university. We're proud of all of you. A number of you had interrupted your schooling for a time. You went out into the world, and after a period of time you came back, sometimes under difficult circumstances, to earn your diploma. You, our re-entry students, have enriched our school and have caused our overall graduation rate to go way up. Our effective graduation rate right now is well above provincial averages, and we're very proud of that as well. The graduation rate still isn't where we want it. It isn't 100%, but we're getting closer and closer, and we'd like to congratulate everyone on their accomplishments. You've shown that if you apply yourself, the sky's the limit, you can do anything. But you still have a lot of challenges ahead of you, graduates. The environment, the economy, national unity. Here we are on the verge of another election. What kind of a government are we going to have next week? The last generation left a bit of a mess, and we're looking for you, our young adults, to get things right. You're the ones who are going to inherit this world, improve it, and make it better, and leave it in better shape for your children and your grandchildren. You can make a difference. Don't underestimate your power to affect change. And we do need change. That's the first step. Next, we must believe that positive change can take place. You've got what it takes to get things done. Now just go out and do it. You're entering an uncertain world. It's an unstable one. But with the knowledge that you have and the right skills, you'll have the ability to continue learning, and you can be the leaders of the future. Stay in school if you can, but if you can't stay in school right now, continue to learn and to grow. Education is for a lifetime. Your imagination is our richest resource. An open and active mind are our most precious and tangible resource. That's what we try to do in schools, try to teach you to teach yourselves. And that's what life's all about. You've come a long way. You're better prepared now than you were 4 years ago to meet the challenges of the future. You're now graduates, but this isn't the end of your learning. Knowledge is expanding so quickly that you have to keep up. You can't rest on your laurels. There's an old baseball saying, yesterday's home runs won't win tomorrow's ball game. So I urge you to keep learning, keep working, keep hitting home runs, and go out there and make the difference. Good luck.
On behalf of the York Region Board of Education, our Georgina trustee, Mrs. Dorothy Kane, would also like to add her own good wishes.
Well, if we going to see game 6. I've cut this down to the bare bones. I don't know why it is. I can always get a cheer off you. You know why? Because I'm one of you. That's why. Good evening, everyone. It's a genuine pleasure for me to bring official greetings from the York Region Board of Education to our graduating classes tonight. As I look around the gym, I see so many parents, grandparents, and relatives who have given solid support to these students and the school throughout their education. And I personally know lots of you, and certainly know how much you care and are proud of their achievements, as indeed we all are proud. During the time that students are within the board's care, they are at significantly different periods in their lives, when attitudes and values are being formed, and scarcely a day goes by that some achievement of a student, a teacher, or other member of our staff gives me a reason to be proud to serve as your trustee, and tonight is no exception. As we all know, to have reached thus far in their education, our graduating classes have worked hard and persevered over a long period of time. They have been dedicated learners, as well as being involved in the school family. They have worked in harness with their equally dedicated teachers, and they have emerged as winners. Some finding the job a little more difficult than others, yet all still meeting on that ladder of success. I've reflected on the negative comments made in the media about education today, and if there is one word to justify my pride in being here as a trustee, it would be optimistic. I'm optimistic that our future is in good hands with the young people we are honouring here tonight, graduates of Sutton High in the proud town of Georgina. Good luck to you all. God bless.
Thank you, Mrs. Kane. We will now begin the section of the program that deals with the presentation of awards, bursaries, and prizes. With the recipients of the York Region Board of Education Proficiency Awards, please assemble now on the right side of the gymnasium. The York Region Board of Education Proficiency Awards consist of engraved books and are presented to students obtaining the highest overall final averages in each grade, 9 through OEC. I would like to call upon Mrs. Kane and Mr. McAlpine to distribute these awards. Grade 9 recipients are Catherine Greenhall, Tori Kaiser, and Diane Pacheco. From grade 10, the winners are Tracy Derry, Carl Rockfells, and Jeff Waller. From grade 11, we congratulate Anisha Berry, Ivan Lum, and Patricia Mitchell. Michelle Smolka will accept Patricia's award. She's not able to be here tonight. Topping the grade 12 class, we honor Paul Fullerton, Elizabeth Giroux, and Tia Verdul. Our OAC graduate with the highest final average is Matthew Dogger. In addition to a book, Matthew also receives a monetary prize, compliments of the York Region Board of Education. Would students who are recipients of subject awards from accounting to English please assemble quietly now on the right side of the gym. Subject awards will be presented here this evening to those students who obtained the highest standing in each course in grade 12 and OAC offered last year. The Accounting Award this year has been donated by the Sutton branch of the Toronto Dominion Bank. Presenting on their behalf is Mr. Metherall. To this year's winner, Elizabeth Giroux. Thanks to the support of the town of Georgina, Daryl Briggs will receive 2 art awards as he taught both the grade 12 and OAC art courses. Presenting these awards is Mayor Bob Johnson. Simcoe Coach Lines donates an award each year to the graduating student who achieved the highest standing in auto mechanics. Mr. Rothfeld will congratulate a very worthy recipient, Pat Marzano. The staff of Sutton District High School wishes to acknowledge the accomplishments of Matthew Dogger in OAC biology. Ms. Colbert will present him with his award. The next award was donated by a very popular former science teacher, Mr. Jack Deere and his wife, in memory of Karen Huntley, a former Sutton District High School student who died while in the service of her country on a tree planting mission in Alberta several years ago. We are very honored that her parents could be here tonight to present this memorial award for outstanding achievement in biology to Lynn Pyle. Business Studies Awards have been donated by the Pepperlaw Lioness Club, and Mary Story will present to Allison Appleby, Chris Hopkins, and Patricia Reddick. Rochelle will accept for Patricia again as she's not here. Computer Studies Awards have been donated by Sutton West Travel. They go to Carol Breeze and Jenny Robichaud and will be presented by Mr. Martin. co-op education has become a very popular and valued form of instruction. This year, even though she could not be here, we would very much like to acknowledge the success of Jennifer Mackey in this program. The next time you see Jennifer, please congratulate her. Earning the highest standing in economics was Trevor Alabone. His award was donated by Sutton IGA and will be handed out by Mr. Metcalf. The Verdul family of Sutton IGA has donated a number of English prizes. Mrs. Grant, the head of the English department, will award them to Sherry Kreiderman, Matt Doggart, Tanya Morris, Maida Pallett, and Tia Verdul. Students receiving the remaining subject awards, please assemble now.
We welcome Mr. Steve Pallett from the Egypt Hall Board, who is here on their behalf to bestow honors on Ivan Barron, Colleen Beattie, Janie Paul, and Rebecca Pryor for their outstanding results in the various family studies courses. Thanks again to the Peppermont Lioness Club, who have sponsored French Awards for Esther Fair and Tia Verdul. Mrs. Story presents. On behalf of the Egypt Hall Board, Mr. Pallett commends Jennifer Moore and Maida Pallett for their performance in geography. Sutton IGA has kindly donated awards to be given out by Miss Wright to our best history students. We'll see Maida Pallett and Rebecca Pryor back on stage again, as well as Stacey Sheard. Michelle will accept for Stacey. Maida, you may as well stay on stage. As the Law Award is also yours. Thank you to Mrs. Story and the Peppermont Lioness Club. A number of grade 12 and OAC mathematics courses are offered at SDHS, and hence we have many students to applaud for their performance in these courses. Mrs. Story returns yet again to congratulate Ken Brown, Matthew Doggart, Elizabeth Chereau, Doug Morrison, Lynn Pyle, and Elle Bridesborough. Chris will be accepting for Doug. A big welcome back to Mr. Shepard, who will help Mrs. Story with music awards. Music awards go to Matthew Doggart, Angela Gallagher, and Martin Yonkin. 556 sponsors the Archie Patterson Memorial Award in Music as a tribute to one of their former members. It is awarded to a graduating student who has made significant contributions to the music program. Mr. Sam Dogger bestows this honor on who else but Matthew Dogger. Representing the town of Georgina is Mayor Bob Johnston, who will hand out a physics award to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Mr. Calcott congratulates Elton Risebrook for receiving the highest mark in the school on the Sir Isaac Newton Physics Contest sponsored by the University of Waterloo. Mayor Bob Johnston will also compliment Dave Jones and Tia Bordeaux for their success in the physical and health education program. An additional science award has been donated by the Percola Lioness Club to go to Matthew Dogger. Wow. Elizabeth Chereau also returns to the stage. Elizabeth also received the Spanish award. Our final subject awards to be distributed this evening have been donated by the staff and by McCaskill Lumber. They are for top standing in some of our technological studies courses. Mr. Rothfeld congratulates Jamie Layton, Todd Pollock, and Devin Reed.
Fortunate again this year to be the subject of so much community support. Many individuals and organizations from the community have generously donated large sums of money to help our students with their post-secondary studies and to recognize the contributions to Sutton District High School. With the lucky recipients of the next set of bursaries, please assemble now. On behalf of the Keswick Optimism Club, Mr. Hopkins from the Optimist Club has bursaries for Charlene Couturier, who is enrolled in an occupational therapy program at Queen's University, and for Sherry Kreiderman, who is studying social science at McMaster. Mr. Terry Hopkins of the Keswick Optimist Club also presents bursaries to Jennifer Moore and to Tim Norton. Jennifer is studying science at Guelph University, and Tim is in a radio and TV program at Centennial College. Mr. Gozakos will distribute bursaries on behalf of the Holder family. Shannon Carroll, studying business at Georgian College, could not make commencement tonight, so our friend Krista McDonald will accept on her behalf. Other bursaries go to Rob Evans, studying political science at Western, Laura Rogers, who's at the University of Ottawa, enrolled in a leisure studies program, and Lee Tamburano, studying journalism at Carleton. Mr. Doug Ritchie is here to present the Branch 356 Royal Canadian Legion bursaries to Mark Orpel and Alvin Rampersad. Martin Yonkin will accept for his his friend Mark, who was unable to make the trip from Lakehead. Fortunately, Alvin was able to pry himself away from Western for a little while.
Mrs. Colleen Griffin represents the Branch 356 Royal Canadian Legion Auxiliary, who have bursaries for Adam and Ryan Fitzpatrick to help them pursue studies in optometry at Waterloo. We understand that they might one day open a practice and call it double vision. Watch for it. Mr. Steve Cross will distribute several Sutton Kinsman Club bursaries to Esther Thayer, studying French in York, Paul Fullerton, who is pursuing a career in ambulance and emergency care at Humber, Jay Harding, who is studying engineering in Ottawa, and Maida Pallett, studying political science at Queen. On behalf of the York County Hospital Auxiliary, Mrs. Deborah Hare has a scholarship to help Yusuf Hafez fulfill his ambition to pursue a career in medicine. As Yusuf is attending Dalhousie University in Nova Scotia, he was unable to make the trip out this weekend, so his brother Omar will accept on his behalf and send on our congratulations. The recipient of this year's Royal Canadian Legion Branch 556 bursary is Matthew Doggart. We are really pleased that his father's on hand to share in our pride. We wish Matthew well with his science studies as well. The Royal Canadian Legion Auxiliary of Branch 556 also provide a bursary. Mr. Doggart will award to Chris Vaca to assist him at McMaster, where he's studying engineering. And Chris isn't here, so Chris will accept on his behalf. Keswick Lioness Club also honors Sutton High graduates with bursaries. Suzanne Beth presents these to Trina Gillies and Kristen McDonald to help them with their studies at Guelph and Georgian College, respectively. Representing the staff of Sutton District High School is Mrs. McMichael, who will bestow bursaries on Trevor Alabon and Nicole Asquith. Trevor is studying business at Wilfrid Laurier, and Nicole is studying radio and TV arts at Ryerson. On behalf of the Georgina Craftorama Committee, Mrs. Hare has a bursary for Colleen Beattie to help her with her graphic design studies at Georgian College.
In addition to the subject awards given out earlier this evening, the Pepperlaw Lioness Club has donated several bursaries as well. Mrs. Story congratulates Sean Lockie, Todd Pollock, Vicki Clark, and Norma McNeil. Sean is in sciences at Trent, Todd is at Seneca in civil engineering, Norma is at Queen's, and Vicki unfortunately is not able to join us from McGill. The bursaries to Vicki and Norma are made in memory of Lioness member Bethurst. We are very pleased that the Sutton West and District Lions Clubs were able to contribute bursaries again this year. Mr. Brian McClellan will present these to Stephanie Laycock, who is currently enrolled in design at Durham, and Rob Hallett, who is studying farm management at Guelph. As a result of the Sutton High School reunion of 1988, proceeds were donated in the form of bursaries. A man who worked extremely hard, despite failing health, to make it a successful event, and a man who is sorely missed today by both family and friends, is Larry Townsend. At the request of the reunion committee, the following bursaries have been donated in his honor. And we are extremely pleased that his wife Mary is here tonight to make presentations to Clint Evans, Angela Grayer, and Elton Riseborough. Clint is studying massage and hydrotherapy, Angela office administration at Georgian, and Elton business at Laurier. Mr. Dalton Mercer has also established an award to be given to students who have moved on to his own alma mater, Queen's University of Kingston. This year we commend Charlene Couturier, Sonia Kalman, Norma McNeil, and Maida Pallet, and wish them all well at Queen's. As Mr. Mercer is vacationing in France right now, Mrs. Stephen will present the award. Next award is named in honor of Al Rosenberger, who is responsible for opening our child care center and who continues to play a critical role in its success. This evening, we congratulate Karen Curtis and Sue Poppendick, for their commitment to education. Mr. Rosenberger wishes them well in their future studies. The President of the Virginia Board of Trade, Mr. Gerard Von Scheppen, is here tonight to recognize the Junior Entrepreneur Award, which recognizes excellence in this field. This year, the honor goes to Trevor Alabama. A new award to recognize excellence in accounting and to help with further studies in this field is a bursary donated by a former head of business studies here at the school, Mr. Bill Riggs. Mr. Metherall extends congratulations to Elton Riseborough. Mr. Steve Pallett, on behalf of the South Lake Simcoe Naturalist Club, would like to recognize commitment to environmental concerns. Jennifer Moore has contributed greatly to increasing our school community's awareness and is indeed worthy of this honor. Mrs. Lennox would like to recognize excellence on behalf of the University Women's Club with their prize of a book to Sonia Kalman. We invite you now to divert your attention from the stage for a bit and enjoy the voices of our choir, who under the direction of Mrs. Lawrence will entertain you with I Will Always Remember by Jan Reese. The choir will be accompanied on piano by Mrs. Patty Evans.
Colleen Beattie, Philip Bell, and Harold Briggs. Ken Brown and Karen Curtis, Stephanie Day, I think we need Stephanie Dunthorpe. Her name was not on the program, but I'm sure she's supposed to be up here. Is she coming? Paul Fullerton and Angela Gallagher, and Elizabeth Sherrod. Okay, that's the first half. Let's congratulate them. We also have Will Howe and Sonia Calnan and Jamie Lake. Mary Lum, Norma McNeil, and Tanya Morris. Karen Ray Kelly-Ostrick and Todd Pollock. Lynn Pyle, Devin Reed. Dana Vaughn and Tia Bordeaux. Congratulations. The students receiving honors letters or UNESCO awards, please assemble. To the school letter. Mr. Allen will present these to Trevor Alabon, Jennifer Beamish, and Ken Brown. Matthew Doggart, Stephanie Dunthorne, and Rob Evans. Jennifer Foster, Elizabeth Sherrod, and Matthew Harwood. Mary Lum, Todd Pollock, Laura Rogers. Dana Vaughn and Tia Bordeaux.
UNESCO Award recognizes students who excel in more than one area of school life. They have received at least 2 of the 3 school letters, offered for academics, athletics, and participation. Mrs. Wilson will distribute these awards as we commend Trevor Alabon, Charlene Couturier, Stephanie Dunthorne. Yusuf Hafez, Omar will accept for Yusuf, Mary Lum, Jennifer Moore, and Laura Rogers. An average of 80% or better in their best 6 OAC courses. We are very proud of them as they represent the best of our academic students. Mrs. Kane and Mr. O'Connor will present the certificates, and as Ms. McMillan did, I will break them up into 2 groups. Ontario Scholar certificates go to Trevor Alabon and Nicole Asquith. Beth Condon and Charlene Couturier. Larissa Cunningham and Matthew Doggart. Rob Evans and Esther Fair. Adam Fitzpatrick and Angela Gallagher. Our first group of Ontario Scholars. In our second group, we have Yusuf Hafez, or Omar, Sonia Callan, and Sean Lockey. Norma McNeil and Jennifer Moore. Maida Pallett and Rebecca Pryor, who's not here, so if you shall accept Rebecca. Alvin Rampersad and Elton Riseborough. Nancy Rodriguez and Laura Rogers. Nancy's not here, so perhaps Chris could accept for Laura. Lee Tamburano and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Congratulations to our secretary. Would all of the remaining award winners please line up now?
Citizenship Awards. New awards for this year. These go to 2 students who have given freely of their time and talent to help others. By their deeds and examples, they are a credit to both their school and their community. Congratulations to Charlene Couturier and Maida Pallett. Thanks for helping out there, Mr. Pallett. Welcome to co-presidents of Student Council. Mr. Allen has a token of our appreciation. Congratulations to Vicki Clark and Paul Corbett. Vicki couldn't be here, so we'll make sure that Vicki gets her award shortly. The Governor General Academic Medal is awarded to the student who has achieved the highest academic standing in the graduating class. This coveted prize will be presented by Mr. Melnick to Elizabeth Giroux. School Teachers Federation Excellence in Education Award has been donated by District 11. It is presented annually to students who have made significant contributions to school life. Unfortunately, as you're already aware, neither Vicki Clark nor Yusuf Hafez could be here. Omar will be sure congratulations for Mr. Watt and ourselves are relayed. And please, if you see Vicki sometime soon, make sure you tell her how much we talked about her tonight.
The A.L. McCory Award is presented at commencement when the staff of Sutton High School feel that there is or are graduated students who, while at Sutton High, excelled in both academic and extracurricular activities in quite a remarkable way. This year it was determined that there were 4 such worthy candidates. If I were to list all the reasons why, we would probably miss most of the World Series. Hopefully their repeated presence on stage tonight speaks for itself. We're very proud of you. Mr. Melnick commends Sherry Crowderman, Matthew Doggart, Maida Pallett, and absent Yusuf Hafez. Congratulations. The final award to be presented this evening is the Province of Ontario Award. It will be presented by our local MPP, Larry O'Connor. The recipients are returning students who excelled in their academic pursuits and serve as a source of inspiration to both students and teachers alike. They are Paul Fullerton and Lila Harris.
Gentlemen, thank you for your attention. We've had so many opportunities here to commend our students, and they truly deserve to show support during this part of the program. Before we move on to the presentation of the diplomas, Mr. Glazakos would like to give you an update on our Let's Graduate Georgina program.
Good evening, everybody. Hello. Good evening. This is a wonderful sight here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, on this special occasion, on behalf of the following, New York Region Board of Education, Director of Education, Mr. Hogarth, the Administration of Sutton District High School, Mr. Melnick, Ms. Bolson, Mr. McAlpine, and our former Vice Principal, Mr. Charlton, and especially the staff of Sutton District High School, I would like to acknowledge the commitment sacrifice of 55 of this year's graduates. These 55 graduates re-entered the educational system through the Let's Graduate Georgina program. After being away for various lengths of time, they had the courage, determination, and the willpower to strive and obtain their high school diplomas. Some of these students overcame numerous obstacles to be here tonight. Some worked full-time. Some were parents. Many were single parents. Yet the connecting thread that bound them all together was the singular importance that they placed on obtaining their high school diploma. The people in this group came from many walks of life. Many attended our day program, some our night school program, many a combination of both. The significant factor was the importance, again, that they placed on graduating. We as educators recognize the value of a high school diploma as the first step in developing the person's full potential. At this moment, I personally would like to wish this group best of luck and thank you for letting us work with them. I would like to ask everybody to give them a warm round of applause because they really deserve it.
The Wind Ensemble, under the direction of Mrs. Harvey, will treat you to a taste of Star Trek, Group Generation. And while they do, I would ask that the first 4 groups of students receiving diplomas exit quietly by the rear gym doors and proceed through the corridor to the rear stage entry to prepare for the diploma presentation.
Bill Bell, representing the town of Georgina as a Ward 3 councillor. Mayor Bob has something to add. Karen Bennett, who is studying OACs at SDHS. Jan Berlenbach, who is at Durham College studying journalism. James Betts, who is working. Carol Reeves, who is also a night school student. Daryl Briggs is back at Sutton High School. Keith Brooks is currently completing his OACs. Ken Brown, who is also back at Sutton High School doing OACs. Nathan Voodoo, who is at Milliken Mills High School. And Jason Burton, who is currently employed. Congratulations to our second group of graduates.
Mr. Bolton will be helping with the next group. We welcome Melanie Carpenter, who is continuing her OACs. Margaret Crothers, who is working at the Colonial Flower Shop in retail sales. Angie Chapman, completing studies at SDHS. Tammy Charles, who's working in childcare. Tina Chiquilo, who's in a law and security program at Humber College. Mandy Clark is attending SDHS for OACs, planning to attend university next fall in an environmental studies program. Doug Plott, presently attending the law enforcement program at Seneca College. Doug Clement, completing his studies at SDHS. Robert Clement, who is also at SDHS. Eileen Connors, who is currently doing daycare. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations are in order.
Please welcome Melody Cooper, who is currently working in industry. Richard Cripps, who is a heavy machines apprentice. Sandra Cripps, who is back at Sutton High School. Jennifer Crowder, who is currently studying OACs at Sutton District High School. Larissa Cunningham, she too is taking her OACs at Sutton District High School. Karen Curtis, she is at Georgian College in a nursing program. Diane Doddington, she too is taking her OACs at Sutton High School. Angela Davis, who is a homemaker for now. Stephanie Day, who is taking her OACs at SDHS. Josh DeRoche, who is a greens technician at Pepper Tree Golf Club. And Melanie Douglas, who's at Seneca College taking general business. Congratulations to you all.
Ms. Wood will be helping out with the next group. We congratulate Denise Drake, who is very busy as a housewife and mother. Kimberly Duke, who's planning to attend the Toronto School of Business in January. Roberta Duke, who's working at the Briars Resort. Stephanie Melthorn, who's currently completing OACs at SDHS. Roseanne Ellis, currently working in a clerical position. Rob Evans, who's at the University of Western Ontario studying social sciences. Esther Fair, who's at York University Glendon College studying French. Jennifer Field, who's currently attending SDHS for OAC, but plans to end up at Centennial College shortly. Margaret Field, also busy as a full-time mother. Tammy Flynn, currently working as a telemarketer. Jennifer Foster, presently attending SDHS, finishing off her OACs, but also working for the Sutton District Figure Skating Club as a professional coach. Paul Fullerton, who's at Humber College in an ambulance and emergency care program. And Angela Gallagher, who's at Trent University in an honors sociology program. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Lisa Garnett, who is currently completing her OACs in preparation for post-secondary education. Elizabeth Giroux, who is a full-time minister and taking a Russian language course. Kathleen Gibson, who is currently attending Sutton District High School in preparation for university. Andrea Giddings, currently attending the Toronto School of Business for computer programming. Sherry Gleehill, she is working with the Georgina Association for Community Living. Josh Leacock, he is currently employed in the food service industry. Kelly Grant, she is completing her OACs in preparation for university. Angela Grayer, she is attending Georgian College, studying Office of Administration in the medical area. Kay Griffiths, she is in a Law and Security Administration program at Georgian College in Barrie. Jillian Hanlon, she is currently working in the child care field. Jay Harding, studying civil engineering at the University of Ottawa. Lila Harris, she is pursuing a career in veterinary medicine. And Matthew Harwood, pursuing a career in microcomputer servicing. Our congratulations.
Congratulate Robert Healy, who is continuing studies at SDHS. Michael Peach, who is an owner-operator of his own company working with custom woodworking. Shauna Higgins, who is attending Loyalist College. Jeffrey Hill, who is continuing studies at SDHS. Jeff Holder, who is currently studying at Georgian College. Chris Hopkins, who is continuing studies at SDHS. Will Howe, who's continuing studies here at Sutton. Jay Howes, who's currently at Quebecor Printing, going through a pressman apprenticeship. Mandy Hutchinson, who has recently become a new mother and will continue her studies in the fall. Callie-Ann Jaconin, who's continuing education at SDHS in OAC class. Chris James, who's also taking more OAC courses here at Sutton. And Christopher Jardine, also continuing studies at SDHS. Ladies and gentlemen, we're halfway there.
Congratulations to David Jones, who is completing studies here at Sutton High School. Emily Joyce, who is at Sir Sanford Fleming College in the Natural Resources program. Sonia Calnan, who is at Queen's University. Catherine Cashin, who is a rehabilitation assistant at York County Hospital. Ranjit Kaur, who is still here at Sutton High School completing OACs. Michelle Peach, who is currently completing her OACs. Ellie Kick, who is a counselor for developmentally and physically challenged people. Darlene King, who is at the Ontario College of Business. Derek Kleinfeld, who is currently obtaining his OACs at Sutton District High School. Leslie Knight, who is a coordinator at Wilco in Newmarket. Nancy Knights, who is at York University in Arts program. Katie Labarge was at Seneca College in the Court Administration program. Bob Laverock was a patio manager at White Rose Nurseries. And Stephanie Laycock was at Durham College in graphic design. Well done.
Okay, more graduates. Jamie Layton is working with Layton Roofing. Katie Lehman was at Georgian College in a working towards getting a degree in developmental service. Marcella Blanc, currently employed. Tammy LeBlanc, involved in childcare. Corinne Lipscomb, involved with restaurant management. Matthew Little is currently working with the Salvation Army. Robin Lockheed is at Centennial College in the ECE program. Mary Lump, completing her OACs at SDHS. Emily Lyons, who's an ECE student at Seneca College. Kristen McDonald is at Georgian College, studying business administration. Norma McNeil, who's at Queen's, majoring in English. Pat Marzano has returned to SDHS for more OACs. Ready to go, Brad.
Our congratulations to Penny Mack, who is completing her OECs. To Tanya Mack, who is employed at Huron Heights High School. Patrick McConnell, who is at Seneca College in a Parks and Recreation program. Bob McMartin, who is a bus driver. To Oliver Menzies, who is completing his OACs at Sutton District High School. Miranda Mercer at Durham College taking healthcare. Tammy Meyer was at Seneca College coaching techniques in figure skating in the program she's in. To Shane Miklas, who's taking business administration at Sanford Fleming College in Peterborough. To Tammy Miller, who's currently employed. To Scott Moore, who's studying physical education at Brock University. To Pauline Moore, who is currently taking her OECs at Sutton District High School. And Alan Morris, who's at Seneca College in the General Arts and Science program. Congratulations, grads.
Tanya Lee Morris is traveling to Ireland and planning to attend college next fall. Neil Morris is currently completing his required OAPs at SDHS. Eric Morrison has also returned to SDHS for OACs. Diane Morton, back at SDHS for OACs this year. Chris Murray, involved in landscaping. Kim Murray, who is involved in part-time daycare in Newmarket. Justin Martin Nash, involved in construction work.
Hi, Dad.
Tim Norton was at Centennial College in the Radio Television Communications program.
Hi, Daddy. Hi, Daddy. Hi.
Ryan O'Man, craft manager at White Rose. Sharon Palmer, who has returned to SDHS for OAC. Tina Pedersen is currently seeking employment. Congratulations.
Our congratulations to Karen Kelly Ostrich, who is here at Sutton High School and just found out she is the SDHS representative for the Thailand Co-op project. Stephanie Phillips, who is preparing for college in February by doing a little traveling. Todd Pollock, who is in the civil engineering program at Seneca College. Sue Papadnik, who is in the travel and tourism program at Seneca College King Campus. Tricia Pop, who is back at Sutton District High School for her OACs. Lynn Pyle in the registered nursing program at Seneca College. Andrew Reeder, who is completing his OACs here at Sutton District High School. Devin Reed, who is working in preparation for college in 1994. Jeanette Robichaud is in the food service industry. Laura Rogers, she's at the University of Ottawa in Leisure Studies. Trevor Rooney, who's at Sutton District High School completing his OACs. And Bobby Lynn Rutten, who is completing a hairdressing apprenticeship. Congratulations.
He's completing his OACs at Sutton. Lisa Sabbath is at Seneca College studying to be a law clerk. Chris Sabiston is back at SDHS, hoping to attend university next year. Tracy Sador, currently working in the field of healthcare. Stacy Sheard, completing her OACs. Robert Sim, currently working part-time in the service industry. Michelle Smolcom, taking OACs at SDHS, planning to attend university next fall. Robert Scott, currently completing OACs at SDHS. Joanne Sousa, continuing studies at Sutton, hoping to enroll in a post-secondary RNA program. Aaron Steele, currently completing OAC. And Laura Swain, currently working as a healthcare aide and planning to attend college next September. Let's extend our best wishes.
Ms. Hanson will help with our final group of graduates. Stacy Terry, who is currently working in the food industry. William Tomlinson, who is at Seneca College in Computer Electronics Technology program. Jason Treadwell, who is at Seneca College. Steve Trowbridge, who is working in the life and disability insurance industry. Dana Vaughn, who is currently completing her required OAC at Sutton High School. Tia Verdul, who is currently completing her OAC at SDHS. Cynthia Wakefield, who is in retail communications. Pamela Walker, who is currently working as a dispatcher. David Weller, who is at Humber College in the General Arts program. Cara Wells, who is finishing her OACs at Sutton this year and plans to attend university next fall. Rick West, who is in the food service industries. Suzanne Wynn, who is working in retail, plans to attend college in the fall. And Sarah Wood, who is at Georgian College in Aurelia in the nursing program. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate this group and all of our graduates. Gallagher, who has been chosen to deliver the valedictory address for the class of 1993.
Just a little bundle, so don't worry. Tonight is a very special night for all of us. The night we've all been looking forward to. The night that signifies our hard work, and I'm really honored to be here sharing this experience with you. And I'd like to thank Mr. Mellon and our honored guests and our parents and our teachers and staff at Sutton High for making this night possible. And I'd like to tell you a story about the class of 93. We all went to Sutton and we learned American. We worked real hard to get through school, and here we are, looking real cool. Cardboard top. Now in grade 9 we were all a little scared, with work to do and assignments to prepare. With acne on our face and trouble in the air, we made some friends and we got to second year. Grade 10 that is. that were raw. Salad, that is, highly nutritious. Now in grade 11, we were the middle crop. Our brains were a-growing and seldom did we drop. A class that was difficult, we all hung in. Look at us now, the battle we did win. Ooh, test those fun exams. In our final years, we were ready to move on. We were happy and successful and our saber spirit shone. We could walk down the halls and push the grade 9, but we didn't do it hard, cause we are so kind. Teachers, cats that is, how knows it? Oh, that was a story about the class of '93. We've all grown together like a big family. The time has come to go our separate ways, and that's why we're all here today. Commencement, the graduations of '93. Graduates of '93. Back here again to see friends we haven't seen for a while. And I'm sure you'll agree that things aren't the same as they were this time last year. We are no longer in the same classes. We don't see each other day after day. And now to borrow homework, we need to turn to somebody new. But the distance between us and the new experiences that we're all making doesn't keep us apart. We know when we can feel the encouragement that we've all shared all through high school. Cheered together for the successes of our teams, clubs, and groups, and we supported each other through our painful losses. High school isn't just about getting 30 credits. It's about a sense of belonging, about finding out who we are and learning how to relate with others. High school isn't just a home. It's a place where many of us found needed love. It's a place where we received the extra encouragement from our teachers and friends to help us come through the hard times. High school isn't just a place for learning academics. It's a place that encourages us to take participation in sports, plays, and musicals, and games, and student councils, and the list goes on and on. Through all of our talents, each and every one of us has contributed to the spirit of our name, Sutton Sabres. We've traveled many paths in our lives, and some were hard to follow, but we've made it through them all. Let me remind you of one path that we've all shared. Dear Diary, tonight is the night before grade 9. It's 1:30 and I can't sleep. Mom and Dad say I'm worrying about nothing, and that I'll make lots of new friends. How can they be so sure? What if no one likes me? What if I get into a class and no one from Sutton Public is there? Who will sit beside me? And where do I go at lunchtime? And where will my locker be? And what if I walk into the wrong class? Do grade 12s really stick the 9s in the lockers? And what about bird baths? I'm not scared, really I'm not. I'm ready to go to high school. Mom says high school makes you mature, gets you one step closer to the outside world. I like recess. I like knowing the people in my class. I like my teachers. Everyone says high school teachers are mean, and that they just give you hard work and yell at you if you do it right. And they say that the work is harder in high school. But my dad says I don't need a 99.9 average, that I just need to try my best. I'm hoping I'm smart enough for high school. I don't know what to wear for tomorrow, but I want to wear something real nice so I look mature and all grown up. I want to look so good that no one can see I'm in grade 9. Wish me luck, I really need it. If this is what I have to look forward to in life and it changes, then I want to stay in grade 8 forever. I don't want to grow up. I want to be just like I am. I don't want to go to high school. Isn't that ironic? I've been looking forward to coming back here tonight for ages. As I look around me, I realize that the paths we've chosen in high school are the building blocks for our future. We've had many different roads to choose from, and each decision will gain knowledge and strength for the next one. I'd like to read you a poem by Robert Frost that kind of elaborates on that. The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and feed one traveler. Long I stood, looked down one as far as I could to where it bent to the end of the road. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps a better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for the passing there, had warned them, really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden flat. Oh, I kept the first for another day, Yet knowing how lazy's on the way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this aside, somewhere ages and ages hence, 2 roads diverged in wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. It is up to each and every one of us to choose our own path and make it a personal direction in life. We have come to the end of one path, and we shall all feel very proud of ourselves for this honorable achievement. We graduated from high school. These have been some of the best years of my life. Don't forget them. I know I won't.
Congratulations, Angela, for delivering such a unique and moving address. Would you please lead your graduating class out to the reception awaiting you in the cafeteria? And ladies and gentlemen, would you please hold your seats until the entire class has exited the gymnasium?